First off, Dr. Cook, we have been seeing concerns circulate on social media about parents being nervous to send their kids to school now in light of just the incident at Pilot Butte Middle School, but also the one that happened at Ben Tech Academy. Do you have any messaging to family that you'd like to share that might help qualm those concerns? I know it's a touchy subject, but anything you can say on that front?
Yeah, we have pushed a lot of resources, extra administrative support. We've sent counselors to talk with students and staff that might be struggling with emotions and potentially the challenges that have come with this week. We've put a lot of resources into supporting folks in that school at Pilot Butte Middle School, and just want to assure to our families that we are listening and we are supporting that school community and the overall community with extra attention, extra support, just trying to do everything we can to wrap our arms around the school community and make sure that school community is feeling safe.
And I guess looking forward now, after these incidents have taken place, are there any security considerations, policies, or anything that you can talk to us about moving ahead to ensure the safety of our schools? Have you guys discussed that at all?
Yeah, so there will be an opportunity for us to do a deep analysis into all the different components of how this event happened. We're in the process right now of waiting for law enforcement to kind of conclude their investigation and start to invite us into that conversation. At this point, we haven't had access to people to talk to or to kind of unpack all of those events. That will happen soon, and when that does happen soon, we want to make sure that it's clear to our families that we're going to share what we can, when we can, and to make sure that if there are pieces of feedback that we want to act upon, that we share with our community what those things might be.
And there was a silver lining, at least with both incidents, but specifically with Pilot Butte Middle School, the student did report themselves to a teacher. What do you think that says to the relationships that your staff is building with its students, that this student who police say had an intent to use this weapon went to one of your staff members and it had a positive resolution? What does that say?
Yeah, that's a profoundly important statement to consider. The fact that this student self-reported to a staff member, a trusted staff member, it speaks to some of the mission of our district, which is that it's so important to create environments where students feel a sense of safety and welcoming and belonging. That's so critical to just perpetuating the environments that we aspire to have in every one of our schools. This idea that we're in community together, quite frankly, could have been a part in preventing further tragedy at that school. And I just want to emphasize the importance to our school communities and our families, how meaningful it is to engage with your students about these kinds of conversations and making sure that they have those connections with staff. Our staff are there, committed, ready to support students every single day, and they care for our students in this community, and it is amazing to see and be a part of. And I've been at that school, and we've had lots of folks at Pilot Butte Middle School this week to further that support and to support the adults in that endeavor. So really, really meaningful to continue to talk about the importance of those deep relationships.
And I kind of want to expand this to the broader community. What can the community do to help the district to ensure that incidents like these don't happen in our schools? Is there anything that the community can do, what families can do to keep our schools safer?
Yeah, a community-wide promotion of a safe school environment, I think, is an important dialogue for us to have. And that starts with having conversations with your students about some of the challenges they might be experiencing, making sure that if they see something, they know they have family support to say something. Talk to a trusted adult. Make sure they're letting the adults know if they have concerns about things. And last but not least, I think it's important that we talk about what safe gun storage looks like in this community. Guns accessible by children is just a situation we can't have in this community. And I think that's a dialogue for us all to take on. And I think it's an important one to have across our community.
Absolutely. W- Now, I just thought of this question, but while I was strolling the feeds, I've seen some parents maybe vying to maybe hold a town hall with the school district to kind of talk about these things. Is that something that the school district might be interested in pursuing?
Yeah, I think, Colby, one thing I would say about that, it's just too early for us to make any commitments to anything because we haven't had a chance to even do the debriefs yet and to do a deep analysis or an after action report and find out what of our systems worked really well, what of our systems need improvement, how do we make sure that we've done everything in our power to make our schools as safe as possible. We'll get that opportunity once the law enforcement has completed their piece, and I think at that time we can have better conversations about next steps.